If you've ever wondered what it was like in the 90s, yeah, we got pretty weird in the 90s. All right, this is really intro. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Blue. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kickin' Trips. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I got another fun one for you guys today. These are the Nike Air Jordan 5 in the Grape colorway. 35 years later, this OG colorway is back in its truest form. But how did an OG colorway that Mike never wore on court become so popular off court? Let's talk about it. The year is 1990, and Nike and MJ are flying high, coming off the success of the Air Jordan 3 and the Air Jordan 4. So as Tinker is in the lab, working his magic on the release of the next Air Jordan model, Nike's actually already thinking ahead, like, we need to start thinking a little bit outside the box here and start to market these sneakers for people that aren't just Bulls fans and want colorways that are outside the Bulls black, white, and red colorways. As the Air Jordan 5 in the Grape colorway broke away from the norm with its bold touches of teal and purple with white and black that were actually inspired by the expansion team from Mike's home state, the Charlotte Hornets. And Mike played a big role in the reviving of the Charlotte Hornets, but I'll get into that a little bit later. And look, I don't want to get long-winded when it comes to talking about the specs of the Air Jordan 5. I actually already went over that when I did my video on the black metallic 5, so I'll drop one of those thumbnail thingy links right around here somewhere if you guys want to check that out, and I'll put the link in the description as well. And this Grape colorway was actually marketed as a lifestyle sneaker, being released right as a future icon had hit the airwaves, successfully crossing over sneaker culture style and hip-hop onto mainstream network television. Will Smith and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had just hit the airwaves on network television, and they changed everything with that show. And look, before the cringe interviews and the slap heard round the world, Will Smith took over the world. His style and slang, mixed with the show's comedy and serious themes, skyrocketed the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to the #1 sitcom on television. And listen, Monday nights were Fresh Prince nights. And I'm probably dating myself here because back then, there was no DVR, there were no streaming devices, there were no reruns or YouTube. You had to run home, get in front of that television and get everything ready for 8 o'clock on NBC so you can watch Fresh Prince's new episode. Speaking of episodes, feel free to click that subscribe and notification bell to make sure you don't miss any future episodes of Kickin' Trips. Sorry, that was a shameless plug there, man. But it was kind of smooth, right? And Will loved Jordans and wearing them on the show, especially the Grapes. And considering that the Grapes were actually the most limited colorway of the original OG pack, when he made these popular by taking the laces out and wearing them as a no-lace look on the Jordan 5. And Will and Nike teamed up, giving Will early access to Jordans to help create a buzz before they would come out, which helped the show as some of us were watching to see which Jordans Will was wearing that episode. And Nike got free advertisement on NBC out of it. And Nike's retroed the Grape a few times over the years, including in 2018 doing a Fresh Prince edition that had no laces and no lace holes. But this is the first time in 35 years that we get an OG release that matches the original 1990 release. And I can't wait to jump into the details with you. Starting with the box, we get that traditional black and cement Jordan 5 box with basic tissue inside. But what isn't basic is this leather, as we get that OG toe shape with this whole upper coming in buttery soft white leather that I just wish we got on the white cement 4s. More white smooth leather runs down the side panels with a translucent side panel netting, with that same translucent netting on the lower portion of the tongue that has the white laces with a clear lace lock, and the top tongue comes in that purple that has a teal Jumpman which just pops off this white. Inside we get black lining, back part of the tongue comes in teal, and the insole also comes in that same teal with a purple Nike Air. Moving over to my favorite part, and you already know, it's that rear booty with Nike Air embroidered in teal. It's the first time we've gotten an OG Grape release with Nike Air in 35 years. The midsole comes with the shark teeth in teal, which leads into the rest of the midsole that's purple and black through the air bubble. All this sitting on a translucent outsole that looks to have a purple hue to it, with a white midfoot panel that has Nike engraved, and a teal Jumpman logo that's visible under the sole. So what do you get when Nike and Jordan Brand open up the vault to bring back a classic in its truest OG form for the first time in 35 years? A colorway that was marketed for off-court that made its way into homes across America? Yeah, our path was forever flip-turned upside down on self-expression to kick off the 90s. Remember earlier when I said that Mike helped revive the Charlotte Hornets and that this colorway was loosely based on the Charlotte Hornets? Well, when the Hornets ended up moving to New Orleans and becoming the Pelicans, the NBA did an expansion and brought a team back to Charlotte called the Bobcats. 2006, after Mike had retired, he bought a piece of the Bobcats. Then in 2010, he bought the majority share of the Bobcats, becoming the first ever former NBA player to be a majority owner of an NBA franchise. And what did Mike do? He petitioned the NBA to bring back the OG Charlotte Hornets name back to the franchise, which he did. And then a year or two later, when Nike took over the contracts for the NBA, and the Charlotte Hornets were the first ever NBA team to don the Jumpman logo on their jersey. And that's what brings these Grape 5s full circle and have a lot of history and nostalgia tied to them. All right, guys, that is it for me. As always, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you like where we're going with the content on the channel. It really does go a long way as far as helping the growth of the channel. So as always, appreciate that. And let me know what you guys think. Did you guys end up going for these? Were these a pass? I feel like if you really wanted to get these, you were gonna get these. Because as far as people saying that there was gonna be low stock, especially with Nike's low stock, I feel like all the other retailers, they got all of the stock. Because you could have walked into any store on launch day and they're still popping up on links to be able to get these. And honestly, I love that. I love that you can get a sneaker that's this nostalgic, has this kind of history behind it, this kind of quality behind it. The first time we get Nike Air on an OG in 35 years, and you could just walk into a store and pick it up, that's amazing. And that just leads me back to what I always say. It doesn't matter if there's a lot of hype around a sneaker. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If this is something that you guys want to go ahead and add to your collection, get them. Maybe you've never had a Grape 5 and you just want to get your first ever Grape or Jordan 5. Buy them. But more important than anything, guys, you already know, wear them. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.